Hello YouTube, Dbtgamer Pokemon Let's Play, part 87. In the last part YouTube, we start our Victory Road. In this part we hope to get more through it. Alright YouTube, pick up where I was left off. I was talking about what I would do if I designed a handheld console. I'm starting from scratch because Adam shouted at me for talking about the Game Boy too much. So far, here's my template. I would have a button layout. I wouldn't have a touchscreen or anything like that. I would have a cartridge-based medium for my main games. And I'd probably have an analog stick similar to the one on the 3DS. Okay, now as far as power concerned, you know, how powerful would the portable system be? I'd make it, well, since these days portable system is about as powerful as a GameCube, I go for a similar amount of power as that. You know, about power for the PS2, GameCube, original Xbox sort of level. Yeah, I wouldn't go completely hyper like Sony are doing these days, saying, oh, I know, make a handheld console with the same power as a PS3. Sony, your NGP, that isn't a good idea because it'll drain your battery power, and also... Yeah,
you just made an overpowered hump of crap there, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Lump of crap. Hump of crap? Sounds sordid.
Anyway, so I would go for like GameCube power. So that would be my graphical sort of capabilities set. I'd stick a decent battery in, 10 hours minimum, as far as battery life concerned. I would put like an SD card slot in so you could have multiple saves on your games. Because these days, a lot of games tend to have only one save file. I'd let the game designers choose if they wanted to use the memory card as a save file, or the cartridge itself.
Yeah, because really, these days you can probably embed some kind of save feature to the cartridge itself.
But it's not always the best idea. I mean, Pokemon's a perfect example. Pokemon games, they're so large, you can only have one save file on them. My game system, you'd be able to basically have several playthroughs of Pokemon on your memory card. And just load the one you wanted. So that's
the thing that's always bugged me with the Pokemon series. No matter... Well, the main games, I'm not talking about the spin-offs like Colosseum and all that rubbish.
Yeah.
You can only have like one save at a time. So if you want to start a new game, you've quite literally got to completely erase all your progress so far and start from scratch, which really isn't in the spirit of gaming.
Well, what I usually do is I erase my file, but I transfer all my best Pokemon to a different version if possible. So I don't lose all the ones I want to keep. Quite recently I actually want to restart Pokemon Leaf Green, so I will be doing that later on this year when I eventually get around to that. Because I've only actually played Leaf Green all the way through once, and I actually want to do it again because I haven't played it in years. Anyway, so I would have a cartridge-based system, but I'd let the game designers use a memory card if they wanted to have multiple saves and if they didn't have enough space left on the cartridge. And that will... Now, as far as the system having like a CD player inside it or an MP3 player and cameras and all this shit we have these days, I wouldn't put a camera in it because cameras in games consoles are pretty much worthless these days.
And pretty much you can find a camera in almost anything.
I mean, a camera in a phone makes sense because we have picture messaging and video phones these days. Okay, I get that. But in a games console, I don't see the point. Especially a handheld one. Would I put an MP3 player in? Yeah, I would. Because often people like to... But I'd make it like the Xbox one. So you can listen to music whilst you're playing your games. See, whilst you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog, you can listen to you can listen to anything you like.
Your musical playlist of choice.
Yeah. And there she is. A small glimpse of Moltres, the legendary bird of fire.
Oh.
In the top left-hand corner of your screen.
Yeah, I can see it. It.
So, yeah, I would have a CD player in. Would I have a movie player in? No. Why? Because movies tend to be very long, and therefore, if you're watching a movie, it probably drains most of your battery life. And most of the time, if you want to watch a movie, your console has to go into like a tizzy and set its hardware into basically overdrive just to play the movie.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put a movie player in, but I would put an MP3 player in there. As far as an online sort of shop thing, I would have an online shop where you could download small games and DLC. That'll be it. I wouldn't make the entire thing downloadable because just personal preference. I have an attachment to physical stuff. I like things that I can pick up and touch, not things that are virtual. That's why I prefer the Wii remote to the Xbox Live Connect, because it's control, I can touch it. You get me?
I'm just questioning the fact that you don't like virtual things, and yet you're a gamer. I thought that was one of the main requirements.
No, I like, but I don't like.
You don't like the idea of not actually owning a copy of the game.
Thank you. I like the thing to be physically there in front of me on my shelf, so I can look at it and just walk over there and put it in.
Fair enough.
Oh, right. So that would be my handheld console. It'd be
basically a souped up Game Boy.
With an MP3 player inside it, no shitty camera, no touchscreen, just a very simply designed system. That's what I would have for a handheld system. Now, if I was to create a home console, this would be a bit difficult for me because I don't always know what I want from a home console.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Okay, well, yeah, I use 3 of these things.
Sorry, hang on, no.
4.
You've got 4. You've got a 64, which we're currently playing on now. You've got a Wii, a PS2 and a PS3.
Yeah, well, the PS3 gets the least use.
Well,
so
mainly because there's barely any games that you actually like on it.
I had really high hopes for the PS3 when I first bought it.
Yeah, the PS3 doesn't seem to have as much third-party support as the PS2 did.
It's not the third-party support that's the problem with the PS3.
What is it?
The problem with the PS3 is this. For me, when the PS2 died, pretty much everything that I knew and loved died with it. Spyro died. I loved Spyro. Okay, apparently they're meant to be rebooting the franchise into some sort of RPG game, but Spyro looks like a goblin and he looks like shit.
He's a dragon.
And the whole franchise sort of seems to be geared towards kids, and when I played Spyro, it felt like it could be played by all ages.
There's a little fly floating around my head and it's going to die in a minute.
So yeah, so my problem with the PlayStation 3 is practically everything that I knew and loved died when the PS3 came out. So all I was left with was basically first-person shooters.
Yeah, the PS3 has turned into a kind of
Xbox clone.
It's like they've abandoned the games for all ages thing that the PS2 had.
PS1 and 2 had.
And it's sort of focused on hardcore gamers.
Yeah. No, the hardcore generation that likes to basically shoot people's heads off every time they want to play a game. No offense to you guys, but there's always so many times you can blow someone's brains out.
And just because you've climbed onto a ladder, done a 360 spin, then shot someone through the face doesn't make you cool. When you can do that in real life, and do it to someone I fucking hate, like Peter Molyneux, then go ahead.
TM5, let's see what this does. This is the TM for Mega Kick. Very good TM. The only problem is this TM tends to miss quite a lot, and also
accuracy is not very good.
Yeah. So, how would I go about making a home console? Okay, first controller. It wouldn't be a motion controller, but I wouldn't mind some way to aim your gun besides an analog stick. Because aiming a gun with an analog stick, I've always found it's a slow process for me. So I like a way to aim a gun. I don't know, maybe you could like attach like a light gun to your controller and use that to play games that require aiming.
Right.
Or maybe you could have like a little eyepiece in front of your controller, so you sort of
use your controller as a kind of scope.
No, use your controller as like you move your controller, then you just it puts a cursor on the screen, and you sort of do that, and you press shoot. Okay, that'd be potentially motion control, but majorly level.
Let's say what you just described is pretty much motion control.
Oh.
Or a light gun.
Yeah. I'd like to have some sort of light gun control for games that require gunplay. Because I was over at Adam's house once, we were playing Resident Evil Dead Aim, and he had this little light gun controller, it had an analog stick on it, it had pretty much every button a PS2 controller had. So I would like an attachment to the controller that was one of those things.
Yeah, I liked that light gun, but trouble it didn't work with a plasma screen TV.
Well, this would be a modern day light gun that did work with a plasma screen TV. You know, it'd be plasma screen compatible.
What it...
1.22, mate.
Yeah. I don't know what the model was, but it was quite literally a blue light gun. On the back, where where the hammer is on a normal gun, it had a four button joypad, so you can move your character around. On the hand grip, it had two big buttons, one for examine, one for run. Just behind one of them, there were two buttons, A and B, which let you cycle. I think one of them. Oh, what the hell did they do? I think one of them was like the menu, and the other one was like pause. And the C button was on the bottom. Of the handle.
So a clip.
Yeah, so you sort of slap the bottom of the handle like you were putting in a clip to reload. It was fantastic. It had everything you wanted in a light gun.
Yeah.
The only problem is it didn't fucking work with the plasma screen.
Yeah.
So I had to get rid of it.
Well, I actually bought it off you at one point, and I did a review of Resident Evil Dead Aim. If you want to know more about that, you can watch it on my channel.
Oh, did you actually use that light gun?
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. So yeah, watch his review of Dead Aim. I don't know if you actually get to see the light gun, but
actually, yeah, I do show the light gun off at one point.
All right. Well, that's the light gun I used.
But if you want to know more about the light gun, just watch that. So
the trouble is, light gun technology is pretty much outdated now. We're all onto the Wii infrared motion controller thing.
Camera time.
14:10.
Stop.
Right, we'll see you next part, guys.